Yo, what's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your homie Jay Greene back right now with a late-breaking review. Hella late. Right now, I'm going to give you some of my thoughts and feelings on Little Mermaid, the remake. We're talking about the 2023 edition. So, my wife and I just watched this the other night. I wanted to see it in theaters, but I couldn't get around to it. Got the little baby boy at the house, growing up big and strong, you feel me? Had to do my father duties. With all that said, we finally watched it. Neither one of us were feeling this goddamn film. What's interesting about that is from people that, you're not always going to agree with everybody, even if you agree with them most of the time. A lot of the people that I watch and that I value their opinions and things were saying that the movie's like pretty good, the singing is amazing, this, that, and the other thing. You feel me? So I'm watching it, I'm waiting to be blown away. Halle Bailey, she was great as far as when she was singing. She was fine for the acting, even though Ariel barely speaks throughout the entire film, you feel me? So, I mean, not too much to judge on her abilities, but I thought she was great for what she had to do. I thought that anybody else in the movie was good enough and passable enough for what they had to do. This movie is not like breaking any, special barriers when it comes to like acting caliber or directing caliber, okay? I get it, it's Little Mermaid. But here's the problem I have with this film, okay? With Disney making all of these remakes, it begs the question, what new are you gonna put into this story? We know that Disney has had a history in the way past for having a lot of, either like sexist type stuff in their films, male chauvinistic type swag, racial type swag. We know their track record and their history. And we can see that they are trying to make amends for that with things that they've done in more recent years. Fair, fine. But now we have Little Mermaid. What new are you going to give us to this underwater wonderment? You feel me? How are you going to bring in another generation? I'm really wondering that as I'm watching this film because, for one, the two or three, I'm not sure, I haven't seen the original movie in some time, but the couple of songs that I can tell were never in the original film are trash. Whatever new Ariel song that they have, terrible. That Scuttle song, the Scuttlebutt, garbage. Who greenlit that ish, okay? The song with Eric, silly, laughable. It's really odd because like the movie's like lightweight, enjoyable to me. Like I thought it was okay enough. I've definitely seen worse. But at the same time, I'm like laughing through all these moments in the film that I guarantee are not supposed to be laughed at. And you're just not drawing me in on an emotional level when it comes to Ariel, who apparently has a good relationship with her father. She's kind of the wayward daughter, runs to the beat of her own drum, if you will. But her dad clearly loves her. She loves her family, things like this. There's no new character development with any of that. The 89 cartoon, yo, you give it a pass. This movie right here, you're bringing it into a time when we're supposed to feel maybe the relationship between her and her dad when she wants to leave her home world to go live with this dude who she don't know nothing about. For only she knows, this guy could be a molester. This guy could be running a dogfighting ring. Who knows? This guy could have slaves. Like, come on, let's be effing real. She don't know this guy from nothing. She just sees a cute dude on a ship. There's no development with that. She doesn't go and have like a deeper conversation with her father that's going to give us a little bit more in this day and age. You kind of lost me with all that. Why are we doing this? Another thing that really didn't work for me with this film was the entire look of it. Number one, this movie is taking place in whatever year it's taking place, when there's pirate ship type swag on the high seas, okay? This movie doesn't look like a real world. It doesn't look lived in. Under the water, literally, I can't tell. When I'm watching like Avatar or Aquaman or even the Talocan from Black Panther 2, I feel like, okay, we're underwater right now. We're in a different element, different environment altogether, right? In this movie, when they're singing and talking and doing whatever they're doing underwater, it doesn't look like they're underwater at all. There's not very many water particles in the film to try to make you believe you're underwater. It just looks so fake and so unrealistic. It honestly looked like a screensaver on a Dell computer or some shit like that from the early 2000s, okay? It's ridiculous, right? One of my homies, I was talking to him about how fake this movie looked, and he's like, well, maybe because they're going for a specific demographic. I was like, maybe, but if the original film came out in '89 and you're making a big hubbub about it coming out in theaters, remake, and with all this new technology, then why are you only aiming for like 5-year-olds? Kids that wouldn't really give a damn about the way that the movie looks. Also, if you have all these Disney Plus shows that are catering to a way younger demographic, a la the Kid Avengers and all that type of stuff, but those shows look a little bit more tangible, a little bit more lived in, a little bit more realistic, then I'm just not understanding how that equates. How Disney of all studios would put out something that looks like this, has songs like that. Look, go get Lin-Manuel Miranda and make some good songs. Get a quality director and make some good-ish. James Cameron done already came up with the technology to make underwater stuff look legit. He's working for you with Avatar. It's your same company. Get the damn cameras, make it happen, Disney. What's going on? Another thing, I was talking to one of my clients and she had taken her daughter to see it and they thought it was cool. It was okay. I think her daughter liked it. But my client, she'd grown, right? And she was saying they don't really say much about the area that they're in, the time that they're in, why the queen is black and the prince or Eric or whatever is white. And then so I'm like, yeah, that is really interesting. Like, why make those decisions? Why make those casting choices and then not develop narrative, story, heart, warmth, moral value, anything behind those choices? Look, I don't give a hoot what skin tone this mermaid fictitious character is. But to not have any narrative behind why you chose to do that makes it very easy for a lot of people to say you're just doing it to do it. You're just doing it to cast a wider net on your audience. You're making it very hard to say opposite of that when you have nothing to back these characters, why they're there, what they're doing, anything like that. You feel me? I'm watching this movie wondering who the hell is like this queen, like, right? She's got some Monopoly looking dude running around with her. I can't tell if this is her man, her best friend, a servant, whatever. So I don't know, why is Eric her son? Like, was there a husband? Did he die? We don't never hear about none of that. At least I don't remember hearing about that. And I'm really trying to understand, where's the discrepancy, right? At one point in time, towards the end, when Eric's gonna, marry Ursula in the human form or whatever like this, Scuttle comes in, the ring falls, he's looking for it, and then this dude that's been hanging out with the queen the entire time kind of kicks the ring off, and I'm thinking to myself, again, I don't know if this is her husband, the boyfriend, the whatever, but if this is a servant or something, what right does he feel that he has to kick the prince's ring off to the side? The hierarchy in the movie is never explained. The relationships are never fully developed, nor are they explained. So I'm not understanding why I should care about any heartfelt or emotional beats that they try to put between these characters. You're not developing your story, your universe, your world, or anything. You're making it easy to talk that ish about this film. Lazy. Again, when it comes to cartoons, back in the days, and even sometimes in these days, you give cartoons a big pass. When you watch the original Fast and the Furious film, you could say this is campy, this is cheesy, this is completely unrealistic. Fair. But you could also still look at it as a live action movie that you just thought was campy, cheesy, and completely unrealistic. All valid points. But when you watch a Fast and the Furious film now, you kind of scratch your head and wonder, why didn't they just animate this? It's basically a cartoon. So for this film, again, you're taking something that was great as a cartoon way back in the day, and you're bringing it to a brand new generation for some reason. But you don't develop any of the relationship, right? In the olden day cartoon, when her dad said, oh, I'm gonna miss her, or whatever the hell he says, and he puts his trident out and you see the gold water highlight and she turns into a human, you're like, oh my God, she's gonna get to be with the prince, yay. And it's fantastic, right? It's heartfelt. You're a kid. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't know what real life is like. Where they gonna stay? What's rent gonna be like? Right? Is it rent controlled? Are they gonna visit? Is he gonna get fins one day and then go see the fam? We don't care about that when you're children. You just know that she's gonna get to be with her boo thing. But in this one, it's a little different. I'm kind of wondering, what's up with her sisters? Why don't her sisters ever really talk to her? Why haven't they tried to talk her out of going to be with this human that is apparently bad, right? And while we're on the subject with her sisters, why don't they or Ariel look anything like Javier Bardem? If this dude is the king of the high seas and he's got 7 daughters from the 7 seas, you would have to imagine that maybe the queen or whoever of those sectors is who he got down with to have these daughters. So shouldn't they be a little mixed? There's one girl that's like like blacker than Ariel is. You know what I'm saying? But she don't look like black and Hispanic. You got a white chick over here. You got some Asian chick over here. They don't look mixed at all. I thought it would have been a really awesome opportunity to develop the fact that this guy is the king of the entire planet's oceans. I thought it would have been a really great opportunity to dive a little bit deeper into the fact of how does he have 7 daughters from 7 different seas? That would have been pretty fly. Why put it in the film if you don't want to address it? If you're going to say, oh, it's too much to show the papa was a Rolling Stone, why have it in your film at all? Maybe just make it to where he has a smaller, more tight-knit family with Ariel, develop the relationship so we actually give a F when she tries to leave. Come on, Disney. You can do this. Y'all got writers. And another thing, oftentimes throughout the cartoon, it's funny when people are like, where is she at? Where is she at? The dad doesn't know. Sebastian don't know. Nobody knows where Ariel is. She's a wayward chick running off all the goddamn time. That's funny in a cartoon. In this one, I'm thinking as an adult, hold on. This dude is the king of the 7 seas. He know everything that's jumping off apparently in the ocean, under the sea, okay? But he don't know where his daughter's at and not nobody knows where she at? That's weird to me. A president has a Secret Service agents. He's got the military, and we know we got dibs on him, right? Kings and people like this in other countries, people know, oh, they over here, they over there. They always got the battalion following them around, what's going down. If this king has 7 daughters who are royalty, and he don't know where one of them is at, is mind-boggling to me. Script don't make no sense, player. Now, my biggest takeaway from this film and many other films that have come out underneath the Disney umbrella in recent years is this. Number one, can you tell me one original thing that Disney's actually come up with in the past 10 years that was like a big deal? One original thing that Disney came up with in the past 10 years or so that was kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Think about it. They didn't create Marvel. Marvel's Marvel, with literally generations of source material. That's not you, Disney. Know that. Disney, Pixar, Disney, whatever. Pixar is its own studio. So Disney, you can't take credit for Pixar films, in my opinion. And we could debate that. What else we got? The remakes. The Disney of today did not create those original films from which you are just remaking. And to make a point about that, you're not adding much new to those remakes. So if you take a Lion King or a Beauty and the Beast, what new heart, emotional elements, tension, suspense, character development are you building into these things that have been around before the leadership right now at Disney, the writing teams, creative staff at Disney right now? You're not doing much new. So you're literally just recycling, which a lot of studios and companies do, but I feel that Disney is actually doing it the worst. My God. Disney, you need to get back to the drawing boards, my guy. I remember back in the day when Disney was like king of the hill. Anything attached to Disney, you knew it was going to be baller or hella quality, right? Nowadays, questionable. Questionable. These are just some thoughts, y'all. Some random thoughts. Thanks for listening. Your homie, Jay Greene, I'm out.